Welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory Update 8. And on this episode, we are going to continue with our Tier 1 and Tier 2 upgrades for our factory on our brand new playthrough and continue to see how the Unreal 5 engine is performing for us, and also discover if there's any new glitches and what all has changed in gameplay. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into it. All right, so where we left off last episode is we did complete our Tier 0 milestones, which was the onboarding process and basically getting the hub constructed. We're now going to be working on our Tier 1 and Tier 2 milestones. What did we get? We got some power. We got our biomass manufacturing and stuff all in place. But generally, this is a great big ugly mess. And we need to try to clean it up a little bit and turn it into a factory. But before that, we're going to have to stockpile a little bit of items so that we've got some materials to be able to build with. So to be able to get to those materials that we need to stockpile so that we can start making foundations and stuff, we need to finish one of these. And that's base building. Tier 1 milestone, all we need is some iron rods, and we can be able to get this Tier 1 milestone completed. And that's going to get us our foundations, our walls, and the lookout tower. And then we can look also at completing, the second milestone, which is logistics, which is more iron rods, iron plate, and some wire, which we've got plenty of wire. We've got plenty. I think we got plenty of plate now too. Let's look over here. Oh, we're actually making the rods right now. So we have the rods in place to be able to get one of those milestones done. And we'll let this keep cranking out some more rods for us. So let's get the base building milestone completed first. So this is Tier 1 base building. Selecting the milestone. Let's load in our goodies. We've got some concrete. We've got some iron plate. We've got some iron rods. That is launched away.
Milestone reached. You have unlocked several structures aimed to provide the first needed to build basic factory infrastructure and improved overview. Building these will provide a grid for more advanced organizing and sectioning of your factory.
So there we go. We've got our lookout tower. We've got our new foundations. We've got the 1 meter, 2 meter, and 4 meter foundations. We have our 1, 2, and 4 meter ramps. We can actually take the time now and organize the hotbar the way I was used to running it. Let's go over to power. This is number 7. Logistics, we're going to, we'll put the, actually we don't even need to worry about poles anymore, because now when you select a conveyor belt, it will put down a pole for you. So we'll put that there, and then we'll go to logistics. Oh, I don't have the merger or splitter, but this merger and splitter will be 9 and 0 when we put that in place. So now we can actually build some foundations. Let's go grab the more of these rods over here, because we got to be getting pretty close. And then we'll need to switch this to plate. No, I think we still need some more rods than that. So let's just let that get caught up, and then we'll turn in the next milestone. A perfect opportunity when you're waiting for some materials to gather up is to run around and start gathering up more leaves and twigs and stuff so that we can continue to make our biomass and stuff. If you press and hold E, you can run around and it will just keep picking.
Milestone exchange
and
concluded.
You don't have to worry about constantly clicking on it. Last episode I was clicking on it all the time, and that's all you could hear is me spamming the E key in the video throughout the whole thing, where this time I'm just holding it down and I'm holding down my running. Of course, it's probably nauseating for you as I'm running around here, because I've got the shift key held down too, so I'm sprinting. So not only am I whipping around really fast, of which the graphics performance-wise, I am so impressed with the way things are going here. But yeah, I'm gathering up all these materials because I think we're going to need to get our biomass and stuff cranked out. So While I'm waiting for those iron rods and iron plates to make, we're going to gather up some mass. Okay, so this is what I have done is we've got our production line here. This is the wood that's feeding in here. Now, this will actually make 300 biomass per minute. So we're going to have to constantly come back here and empty this because the fastest we can pull it out of this machine is 60 items per minute. So we are already getting some biomass stockpiled in there. Currently, right now, I've got my burners over there. They're just running off flower petals while we're getting this stockpiled. Here we've got a bunch of leaves that are cooking in here. They go into here. It'll actually produce 60 per minute of the leaves, which is perfect because we then have over here this is just getting fed out at 60 items per minute. So perfect input and output rate on that biomass. So now we're getting some proper-ish fuel up and running for us so that we can, optimize our base building a little bit. Next thing here is I should have everything we need for, if we look at this, iron rods. We've got lots of those now, but I might be short on plates. So we're going to switch this now over to plates. And we will load in our iron ingots because we don't need to be carting around those with us. I don't think I have enough room here that I can... Oh, I could throw them in there. Perfect. So I'm not carting around iron ingots with me right now. We'll let that keep manufacturing because now it's the logistics tier, the milestone for logistics that we need to work on, which now all I need is just another 101 plate. And then we'll get our splitters and mergers and elevators as well as the productivity display. With this upgrade, you can see the efficiency of each building. I got to figure out more about the productivity display. So here's an interesting little glitch that I noticed while I was walking around here. Have a look at this miner. What is wrong with this picture? There's one of those spiky node things have respawned back into the middle of this iron node here, and I know we took it down. You can't place a Mark 1 miner or any miner if that node is, if that spike is in the way. Also, this one is back too, and I'm near positive that I removed these when we cleared this area to get started building. So, because they were my first initial pieces of iron that I was working with, and I don't know if I can I bash that out of there without having... It looks like I'm going to have to remove the miner to actually get that out of there because it doesn't look like I can click on it. No, see, that's hitting that. It's not hitting the little spike. That's just bizarre. But I thought that'd be interesting for you to know. There's another little glitch that we've discovered. Let's go have a look and see if it's actually showed up at our limestone and our copper. All right, I'm out here at the limestone, and it's not here, so why the iron? Why would it be there for the iron? I'm actually going to take some of this limestone because I'm going to hand make a little bit of concrete while I'm kind of waiting for some other things to build, but no little spire there, so maybe, okay, the stone doesn't do anything. Let's check the copper node and see if it's there. All right, here we are coming up to the copper, and no, it's not at the copper node either, so... I don't know. That's really bizarre. It just showed up in the iron. So that's something we'll just kind of keep an eye on throughout their playthrough and see if things like that crop up again. Okay, I think we have everything we need to be able to get this next tier done, or the next milestone done. So we're going to logistics. This will get us our merger, our splitter, our lift, and the productivity display. Let's select the milestone. We're adding in our plates. And we are adding in the iron, or the iron rods, and our copper cabling. That is launched away. All right, let's, we got to switch to, cancel this. Productivity display, I believe it's this information here is what the productivity display is all about. And why do I have no, because it's full. You know, I feel if you place your constructor this way and you look at the screen, it should show you the input and the direction. I don't know. Like, to me, that looks like, I think that should be reversible depending on the way you're looking at it. But I guess this brings consistency because I guess if we run around to this side, you're seeing all sides of it here. So But yeah, that's the productivity display, I believe, is this additional information that's right here as we're crafting. And I don't know if we can actually click on anything. It's using 4 megawatts, 2 seconds. I can't remember if this was here before or not. I know that it's tied to the buildings that you're actively working on. So, yeah, like, I'll have to do some digging and see if I can get some more information on what exactly it is. But I'm pretty sure that it's this section here, because there's nothing inside the hub. Everything that's inside the hub here is just all access to the little game they've got in here. It's like a little mini game that's set up in here. It doesn't matter what screen you touch, you get access to that mini game. So, I guess now it's time to think about doing some organization. And I guess the first thing to do is let's just start tearing stuff apart and blow a fuse and rebuild something more grand, but not as grand as it could be because we're a long ways away from doing that type of stuff. So, okay, we've kind of cleared this area off here. Everything's kind of out of the way so that we can think about expanding our little construction area. But first things first is we need to find a good spot to be able to place our hub. And I think we need to have the hub up above so we can kind of oversee everything that's kind of happening around here, which is kind of where I had put it last time too. So we're going to run up this hillside over here and hopefully not run into anything that is unfriendly over here. There's a bean over there. He's friendly. He could keep some, maybe he'll keep some monsters away for us. I doubt it, but we can hope. But I'm thinking like out on this ledge here is where we're going to put the hub. And of course, we're going to build it on the world grid as well too. Now that we have our foundations, we can lock this down. And I'm going right out to this far point here to be able to build this so that we get a good overview and we can kind of see everything that's happening here. So we're going to hit control. There is our first foundation we've placed, and we're just going to zoop a little bit of this out. I don't want to put a lot out here because I am limited for how many supplies and materials I've got. So we need to just be a little extra cautious about what we're placing down. And then, of course, I do need to put some ramps and stuff down here, too, so that we can easily get up and down from that lower section up here. So, but I think this is probably a good enough area that we can reach down now. We'll grab our hub, and we're going to place this. You know what? I'm going to put it right to this edge. Right. I want it right to the edge, but I want it right to that far edge too. So I think if we go out, come back till it's blue. Right there. Perfect. Okay. So now we've got, oh, I guess we could put just a little bit more out here for that. And maybe we'll do one round down this side. And then we'll have to build an area here that we can have our power plant and everything all set up at. So, because we can build one of those biomass burners up here as well too, because we're going to need that. And we're just going to spin this around, face it this way, and we're going to put it right, actually we're going to put it right here. And now it's a matter of getting some power poles and stuff because everything needs to be connected via power poles. So I'm going to put one at each side of our little grid here, and then one at the corner here. And let's tie these bad boys together using the right item. Oh, that was the power pole. I need to change this to, this needs to be number 7. There we go. Now I can go 7, click. Those can connect. We're going to connect you guys together. You're together. There, we now have our power up and running. I don't have my biomass on me right now. It's down in that storage container down there, but we'll bring that back up. I'm going to get a ramp set up here now so that we can get up and down here nice and easy. Okay, so we've got a ramp that goes up to our elevator, or sorry, our hub that's way up on the top side there. Eventually we'll build some supports and stuff here. And then I have gone and placed some foundations around here for where our mining nodes are. So if we select production, let's go to our Mark 1 miner. Let's spin this bad boy around so we're lined up this way. We're going to build out that side. I think for now, just to save on some... No, we'll leave it right there. And then there should be another one right around here. What am I missing? I'm missing a Mark 1 miner, so we could just whip on over to our storage container here. And we will grab those out of here. Sort that. What else can I get rid of here? Let's get rid of the flower petals. Let's grab some biomass. Let's get rid of the raw ore I'm carrying around. Let's grab this. And we'll take 2 more. I think we're okay there. Actually, we don't need to carry all these around. How are we doing for materials? I think we're good there. We've got some materials, so let's throw down another miner, because we're going to have one production line that's going to be looking after doing like iron rods and iron plate, and another production line that's going to be looking after doing screws. So that's kind of a thing that's going to be happening here. And then we also have to get a production line over here that's going to look after our copper manufacturing and stuff too. So, but we're getting there. This is a start to organization that we should have. First things first, let's get a smelter down here, and we're going to throw a smelter. We're going to line it up right in the middle of this. No, wait. This isn't a smelter, because we now have the ability to split this line a little bit. So we're going to add the merger is number 9 and the splitter is number 0. So we're going to go 0. And we're going to throw this bad boy right about there. Now, is that going to be too much of an angle? Yes, it is. So we're going to move this out. So we will put it right in the middle here. That. And we're going to jump up on this. So maybe. What did I do there? Okay, there we go. Oh, seriously, it's not that hard of a jump. And now we can grab some conveyor and put this down here and make sure we get it all nice and lined up so it's nice and straight. And then on this side, we can throw down our smelters now. So we'll go over to our smelter, make sure we got it facing the right way. We're going to click that one right there, spin this one around, and we'll place it right there. All right, so now we just have to build some foundation out around this. So we got somewhere to work, and we got to get some power and stuff down here. We're going to do the exact same thing now over on this one as well too. This one might be a little bit trickier because we've got the lineup of the conveyor is going to be a little bit more tricky. So let's grab our splitter. We can try it. That's not the splitter. We can try doing it right here. But I think that's too much of an angle for our conveyor. It is. So we'll move it ahead. We'll come up here. And we'll throw our splitter down. I am struggling with jumping up on things today. You know what it is? As I'm used to the blades and I don't have them. So that's a thing. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to bring this around and we're going to get it so that it lines up perfectly right there. Tap that in, and then we're going to throw down another smelter out this side. Right there, and spin this around. Right there. We're going to grab some Mark 1 conveyors. Okay, so that's going to be cooking iron for us there. Just put a little bit more foundation around this. Perfect. And then we'll tie these together and get them into some type of a production line. Okay, so just like that, we've gone from our Mark 1 miner with Mark 1 conveyors into a splitter, splitting into 2 smelters. That's 60 ore per minute that are flying in. This is going to smelt them at 30 ore per minute. And then from there, that gets outputted, and we've got our 30 ingots per minute coming in on each side here. So we're 60 ingots per minute that are coming now and splitting to these 2 constructors that are taking 30 ingots per minute each, making 20 iron plate per minute coming out each side, which then merge together and go into the storage container, giving us 40 iron plate per minute. I guess that's something. It is a production line. Now we got to do something a little bit different over here. Of course, we are setting this up as iron ingots for here as well. So we got 60 items per minute, but now if we look at our constructor, we just need to make some room here. As we're making iron rods now, so this is going to be a little bit differently. So we're going to throw down our first splitter here like so, and then we'll leap over this, and we're going to put down a constructor because I want to have a look at the recipe for the iron rods because I can't remember exactly what the number is. So iron rods is only taking 15. So we can actually put 4 constructors down to handle the iron rods. So iron rods are going to take care, one side of it is going to be used for actually making iron rods, and the other side is going to be used for making screws. So then we'll take another one of these splitters. Let's zoink back up here. Now we're going to place this one right there. And why do I feel like this? No, I did get put in the right way. And then this constructor will click right here. Oh, I don't have enough reinforced iron plate for this. Oh, well. But at least you're getting the idea of what's happening here. So I need to quickly make another piece of reinforced iron plate. As well as I got to get some power down here. I don't have any power down here yet. So we got to get that in place. And look, there's a lizard doggo. He will one day become my friend. And we need a chainsaw so we can get rid of these dang trees out of the way. Okay, so we've got our iron rods now all getting manufactured here. We've got them coming off. We've got 2 constructors on each side, 4 constructors in total, taking our 60 iron ingots per minute, turning them into iron rods, and then I'm splitting half of it off over here. And then the other half is going to go this way. Let's just throw down, I want to see a constructor here real quick. I just want to see what the recipe is for screws. Screws takes 10, so we have 30 that we can deal with. And we're going to get, oh wow, we're going to get a lot of screws out of that. That's going to be some conveyor merging and stuff. We're going to be 120 screws per minute off of that. Okay, so what's the best way to split this up is we're going to throw this right here. And then we will conveyor this like so. Is there going to be enough room for me to throw down a constructor here? No, the constructor wants to end up hopping up on top of that. So we're going to have to extend this out this way a little bit. Except for I don't have enough concrete. I got to get my concrete line back up and running. Okay, let's pull this out and move some things around and get some more concrete. Because it looks like that's kind of the next important thing that we've got to constantly keep running for us. So I'm going to actually extend this down. Oh, I don't even have enough foundation for that. Okay, I might have to manually make some concrete here as I'm going to pull this offline. And that's going to get us some limestone that we can deal with. And then I'm going to go up and manually make some concrete while we get things prepped here. Because eventually I'm going to want a foundation that comes all the way over to our limestone node here, so that we can make sure that everything's all lining up to grid and we're following. So I'm actually going to pull that right out. We're going to get rid of these power poles because they're not going to be on the grid properly. Grab some nuts. And yeah, we're making progress. A little bit of progress. You know, it's amazing how much time it takes to get things back set up when you've tore everything down, but start building everything into your, you know, planned factory here. Once you start getting some logistics and whatnot, I mean, yes, life is going to get a whole lot easier here soon, but we've had to play some things and get some things in place. So we have our 60 items per minute coming off of our limestone. It's coming down here and we're throwing it into a splitter, and we've got 30 going each side into these constructors. Now, I know that this requires 45 each, but it's okay. We're still going to get 60 in, 60 out. Well, technically 60 out, but it's we're going to be probably 10, 20 concrete per minute out on here into our little storage container that's here. So that's all done and in place, as well as I've got the foundation put down for getting the copper over here as well too. I just ran this foundation line here. The conveyors are there. I still need to run some power and stuff, but we need to focus right now on getting our screw manufacturing up and running. So I have run this splitter over here, and we're throwing down some constructors to be able to take care of our screw manufacturing. So we're just going to slap these down here. One goes here, one goes there, and the other one goes right here, because the screw recipe is 10 per minute, and we've got 30 coming out of this half. 30 of our iron rods are going into storage for when we need iron rods. The other 30 are coming over to here, and this is to make our screws, which is now up to 120 screws per minute. So what we're going to do with this to make life a little easier is we're actually going to take a splitter, and we're going to put a splitter outside here, like so, right off the output side of this. And then we'll take our Mark 1 conveyor. It's going to go into there. And we're going to merge it over here. So this is going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze here. I've got a little bit of clipping. Oh, that clipping's going to bother me. I can't have the clipping. The clipping, that's not going to work for me. So we're going to redesign this just a little bit. I don't know. There's just something about clipping that it's just not right. It's not meant to be. So what's the best way we could do this is we're going to build this out this way, I think. We're going to go straight off this way. And we've got the lines here. Let's just delete that. We will split this off. Let's throw another splitter right about here. And this is actually going to give us like a little bit more room to play around with things. That's going to go that way. And then we will go constructor this way. And this way. Now, I wish at this point that we kind of had the bigger storage container, because then you'd have the two inputs on it. But it is what it is. It's unavoidable. We can't do anything about that. Okay, so this is going to equally divide up our 30 items per minute of our iron rods into those. We'll put down a little bit more foundation here so that we can work with this. This can be our splitter here now. So we're going to go 0, because I have it bookmarked on my hotbar. Right there. And then we are going to, I think right about here, if we go conveyor out of this, give it a 90-degree turn out, then I believe we can put a merger right here, and I'm actually going to have it merge out that way. We're going to do the same thing on this side. We'll grab our Mark 1 conveyor this way, give it a 90-degree turn, and then it's another merger. That's not the merger, this is. Make sure it lines up. So now we're taking 20 items per minute off of this. Wow, if I could actually click on this. There we go. So we got 40 coming out of this constructor, and then we are taking 20 and we're splitting it off each direction here, which gives us a total of 60 items per minute flying out of these, and we're just going to throw a storage container down right here to feed out this like so. And then we're going to do the exact same thing over here. Another storage container, which I'm going to... There's beans everywhere here. There's a bean here. There's a bean there. There's a bean up on that hillside over there. Why are they hanging out in my factory? I don't know. Okay, organization. Storage container. Let's slap this bad boy right about here. Conveyor it. Alright, now all I need to do is run some power over to here. Which in this case, we're going to go here. And I'm putting power poles in all the corners here just so we've got all the line connections that we need for future growth. Alright, we're going to plug that one in. Plug that one in. And now we're going to set our recipe. Screws. Screws. And screws. And just to make things good and efficient, I am going to load these things up with one full stack in them so we don't have to kind of wait for them to fill up at all. And they will maintain their operational capabilities. Perfect. So we have 60 screws per minute, if I can get back up here, going into this container, and 60 screws per minute going into the other container. What am I going to do with them? I might just set them aside. I probably just made a nasty noise as I hit the mic. Set one set of screws aside for like one development, and the other set will end up going into... Eventually, we've got to make our reinforced iron plate, which is going to come up here pretty quick. But now... we're actually manufacturing everything that we need for this next milestone, which let's run upstairs and go have a look and see what our milestone requirements are. You know what? Before the milestone requirements, I kind of have to do something with the copper because we're not making our copper yet. We got to get that back up and running. And so we're going to take that copper line, and I'm thinking I'm splitting right about here somewhere. So let's grab our splitter. That's not the splitter, this is. And we're just going to throw it right here. Now, is this going to let me put a constructor down here? Let me just double check. Production, constructor. No, it won't because that rock is in the way. So we're going to move this splitter actually right about here, because then that way we are not dealing with the rock. Let's bring our production line over. Not there. What am I thinking? That's not the right spot. There we go. Click. Back up to. That way we get our 90-degree turn in. And actually, it's a smelter that we got to put down here first. So, smelter on this side. Smelter on this side. Let's set our recipe up for copper ingots. Copper ingots. Feed those in. And if I'm not mistaken, it should still be 30 and 30. Yes, so that's all going to be totally fine because we got 60 that's coming. Let's throw our merger right here, and then we'll come out this way with our constructors for making copper wire. Okay, so we now have to take this product, run it in there, take it out this side. You know, I'm on the fence with the little pillar now that you get with, or the stand for the conveyor, because every once in a while now I'll just randomly click and place a conveyor where I don't want it, where that never used to happen before. So it's kind of a double-edged sword that you've got this, yeah, now you can just place a conveyor on the ground wherever you want, but in turn that causes an issue too. So What do we got here? So constructor, we're slapping this down. We're going to turn this into copper wire, and it is 15 ingots per minute. So we're going to have 2 sets of constructors out both sides. And I'm out of reinforced iron plate. Yay for me. That's amazing. Well, we can at least get some of this hooked up. Conveyor, conveyor. Perfect. Let's conveyor this out too. I'm curious to know kind of how we're doing power-wise. I think it could be maybe a bit of a gong show with our power requirements. Okay, we're going to put this one here, and it can go here as well, and come across. And this is going to go right up to this side. Same with here. Trying to make everything symmetrical. Get some more. Oh, I don't have enough concrete. Don't have enough iron plate. I don't have enough this. I don't have enough that. Where's my concrete? Is this my concrete? Nope. This is iron plate, which I don't need that much. Let's just take 3 stacks of it. Concrete is that. Way over there. I wanted to just quickly build a foundation there, but I need the concrete to make the foundation, so yeah, that didn't work. And that's not a fantastic amount. We're gonna fill in this spot though, because it'll be used for something else later on. I know I covered up one of those little nut bushes though, which is, I mean, it's not the end of the world. There's enough growing around here that it's not that much of a problem, but alright, what was it? Oh yeah, I wanted to put some more foundation out this side, which is this way. And we're going to continue that right along. Oh, I didn't make it all the way. Okay, I'm going to go get some more reinforced iron plate, and then we will continue with this. Alright, we're back from grabbing some more reinforced iron plate. Let's just spin this around. What am I missing? I made it. Oh, I made the screws, but I didn't make the actual reinforced iron plate. Okay, we're going to do this, and then now we're going to actually craft them. I'm like, oh, I made enough screws to be able to make 6 of them, or 2 or 3 of them in total for the constructors, but yeah, I didn't actually make the reinforced iron plate. Scrub moment. Okay, that's that. Alright, everything should be all kind of set. So if we put this to copper wire, and we're going to set this one to copper wire. I think we've already done this one. And this one, we can power these up. So connect away here. Those are all powered up. So this side over here, this is going to all just go into storage. So I'm going to put another one of these and kind of place it just right there in line. And then we're going to grab a merger on this as well too, which is that one. Yes, that's the right one. Make sure I got the arrow facing the right way. And conveyor it in. Conveyor it out. Try to keep my fingers on the keyboard correctly. We're going to back that up. Okay, that side is going to give us a stockpile of copper wire. And then on this side, we're going to turn this side into... I need to put down one more constructor here. I need to see what the pattern is for cabling. So cable is 60 wire per. And what are we making? we're getting 60 out of this, so this is perfect. So we'll actually take this, and we're going to spin it this way, right in line with this center. We're going to throw down our merger here. Make sure that it exits out that way. Make sure these line up. And then mark one conveyor in. Mark one conveyor. Perfect. And then we're just going to throw down a storage container right here. Done. Power. This is going to come here. We're going to drop it right at this spot and plug that in. Set you to cable. Perfect. And so now I just need to get all of our power down to the actual miner down here. So that's just sprinting along here and running our power cable down to wherever I can plug it in. So this one, drop it right here, plug it in. That is now live. How much do you want to bet we blow a fuse? I can almost taste it. Once we fire up all of these machines that weren't connected to the line. Where are we sitting at right now? Oh, we're right. Our potential usage matches exactly what our capacity is right now. So we're definitely going to have to add another biofuel generator. But I'm also going to need to get some more biofuel because I'm starting to get a little bit thin. I did go ahead and make the constructors up top there to convert my leaves and my wood into biofuel. But I don't have a lot of the materials that actually went into it for supply. And I've just kind of tucked them behind where our biofuel generator plant is. And why is... Oh, I didn't actually power any of this. Well, that's... Well, crap. That means I have to put one of these in because I didn't power any of that. So I'm already going to be out of production on this. So we got to plant this here. Tie that in. And do I have any in my inventory? Let's have a look here. I don't. Did I have any in storage over here? Do I have any in here? No, but I can throw some... I'll throw some of the pedals in to at least get it going so that we can get those other machines running so that we can make our biofuel. Okay, that's up and running. And then, of course, now our power, we're up to 130 watt maximum power generation now. So, a quick little connect over here. We'll do this. You know what? We're just going to expand this foundation out that way. Then it will line up over here. Oh, no, it doesn't. I didn't exactly plan this. What am I missing? Rods! I don't have enough rods! Ah! Do I have any iron ingots on me that I can just make some rods while I'm sitting here? I don't. Well, looks like I'm running down to get some rods. Okay, we've got rods now for running all the way back down, and now having to run all the way back up here. And we got to get some power hooked up to all this. And then connect our machine so that we can actually make the fuel that we need to make. Because, like, this is all I got for leaves. And this is all I've got for wood. So we be needing to make some biofuel so that we can get things cruising along here. Because if we look over here, okay, that is coming out. How are these pedals lasting? We've already chewed through 23 pedals. That's not good. That's not good at all. But hey, I think I think everything now is in production. I think we're still waiting. Oh, my copper isn't working. Why is my copper not working? Let's go down and have a look. My copper's not working because I'm an idiot. It's amazing how well smelters work when you actually power them up and they start doing their thing. So either way, if I had actually turned those on when I was supposed to. Oh, check out the glow of the green light off there. That's fantastic. That's the new Lumen feature that they added in with the Unreal 5 engine. So you're getting that kind of glow, the green lighting effect now showing up in reflections off of some of the metal components around. That looks really cool. Sorry, what am I? Distracted by literally shiny things. I'm literally distracted by shiny things in this game. But there we are. Okay, we've got screw manufacturing. Yes. And actually, I think we need a bunch of these screws for our milestone. Of which, we're going to go back all the way up to the top to figure out what our milestone requirements are. But at least everything's running now. We're making cable, we're making wire, we're making iron plate, we're making rods, we're making screws, and we're making concrete. All to get Tier 1 completed. Alright, we're going to run our sorry butt all the way up here. It's exhausting running up there, you know that? I'm completely winded. Okay. Field research. This one gets us a map. It gets us the MAM. Gets us the object scanner. Gets us the personal storage box. Gets us beacons. We get another hand slot. And we get 3 inventory slots. This one's actually a pretty significant upgrade. And we have everything we need for it. Select the milestone. I need 300 wire. I need 300 screws. I need 100 plate. Launch away! We now get the MAM for research. Okay, so we're actually going to build the MAM right away here because we've got some things that we could be researching. I put my equipment workshop back up. We've got the MAM research station all tucked in next to the hub here. We're going to grab some of this stuff. I think some of this I can start researching. So we're at the MAM. We got nutrients. We can do this one. Start researching. So we've got the nut done. We just totally, yeah. Okay, I'm not even gonna complete that sentence. We have the bacon shrooms done. I need to find some berries so that we can unlock this and move on to the next step. Alien organism. I'm surprised that me getting this didn't get me any of the alien organism stuff, but I can't remember exactly what one of those. Unknown metal. This is going to be your Caterium tree. Fungus-like vegetation. Back in that cave, but I know there's monsters back there too, is some fungus. So let's go get some fungus. There is mycelium back here that we can gather, but there's also bad guys. So we need to make sure we are equipped for whatever's going to come at us here. And we're going to kind of go slow. I only want to kind of get one of them at a time because, oh, there's spitters too, which is even worse. All right, first death inbound. Oh, did we just sneak right past them? Well, how convenient is that? Because here's our mycelium right here that we need. So we just kind of snuck our way right around. Ooh, there's power slugs in here too.
The mycelia within this fungus suggests strong molecular bonding features frequently observed in adhesives and medicine, both beneficial for field research. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
So I'm grabbing this mycelia because you know what else it does? It makes biomass really well. Like, you can get a ton of biomass from mycelia, which is a good thing for us. Then that way it's less critical that we have to worry about. I don't really want to. Oh, my inventory must be full. Ah! I hear spiders. No, they were the bugs. Okay, the little wasp thingies. Why was it not letting me grab those? Are they coming at me? They're coming right at me, bro. Which means we got to take this out. Just press and hold E when you're looking at one of them, and then it will keep you engaged in picking mode, so you can just fly through and pick them. Wonder why that one wasn't like I was able to get it from a different angle. So let's sneak over and do these ones over here as well too, and that should give us a little jump start on the whole mycelia stuff. There are also some of them in the rocks and whatnot, so definitely kind of look around close to the rocks, because you might get some that are like stuck inside but you can't see them. Done. I think that's a pretty good start. Let's head back to base. Alright, we are back at base. MAM research time. We dodged having to deal with any monsters. Research. Oh, we only needed 5 of those to start that research. That's okay. What's next? Cloth and biomass. Well, I can do that. We can get the cloth going. We might as well take care of some of this research while we can here. And leaping up, let's take this biomass, and look at that. The wood is just going to town for us, and this is full as well too, because it produces at like 300 per minute. So MAM research, that's where we're at. Back here, mycelia, we can make this, start that research. Apparently the Nobelisk area, we could start working after toxic cellular modification for the Nobelisks. We're a long ways away from being able to make those. The parachute, again, another thing. Do I... Well, maybe. We could make some cloth at some point. And then medical properties. So we can actually end up getting our inhalers a little bit sooner. But I want to see if it'll let me construct biomass. Look at that. Like, we could get 1,700 biomass out of that. I'm going to make some of it for sure. So now, fuel. I'm not as concerned about the fuel end of things. We're in good shape here now. So I better top these up, because Lord knows these machines are going to pop off soon. And then we'll be in a pickle. Load that up, and then we're going to swap out these pedals for biomass. And imagine soon we'll be able to get into solid biomass, and then we'll get the chainsaw and we can get rid of some of these pesky trees. Okay. Tier 1. We have completed Tier 1. Have a look at our base and what it's looking like now. We've got our concrete manufacturing. We've got 2 iron nodes working. That's making our plate. This here is making our iron rods. We're then taking some of those iron rods and we are turning them into screw manufacturing. And then we're storing some of those screws as well too. If we sneak on over to this side, have a little better look. Then down below us here, we've got our copper coming in. We're making our copper wire. It's getting stored, as well as we're taking some of the copper wire and it's getting turned in to make our copper cabling. All in all, I think that was really productive, and it didn't take long to make this look like it's a little bit of a factory. So I think this is where we're going to leave it for this episode. I think this was a little bit quicker of an episode. The last one kind of drug out pretty good. Again, so far the only glitch that I noticed was the little spikes at the iron nodes was the only glitch that I noticed. I did enable the lumens on this, and I can definitely tell now that some of the lights reflecting off of the metal pieces, like on the surfaces of the splitters and stuff, those looked really, really cool. And again, performance. Things are so smooth and running so well. I'm really impressed with how this game is doing performance-wise under the Unreal Engine. Now, I don't have a slug of a computer, It's an older generation i9. It's an i9 9900K. I do have 32 gigs of RAM. And I am running with an RTX 3070 graphics card. So, you know, I don't have necessarily a slug, but it's definitely not like the top tier gaming computer either. So, and things are performing here really quite well. I did notice in their live stream, they did mention they were going to up the minimum requirements now to an GTX 1650 or a GTX 1050 Ti. As a minimum requirement, and then like an RTX 47 something. I can't remember what the AMD one was, but all in all, I think things are performing well. I'm really happy with it. Reach down, hit the like button on the video if you guys could. That would be fantastic. Leave some comments in the video of what how your experience with update 8 is going so far, and yeah, subscribe if you are new to the channel. You guys really enjoyed my last episode. I really was happy with its view count that we got on it. And yeah, so ring the notification bell so you can be notified when I do upload a new video. And we all know how well YouTube notifications work. So you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TerrisDWDC. With that all said, you guys have a good one, and we will see you in the next episode.